Lee Zimmerman here, writer with Goldmine Magazine. And today I wanted to talk about not one, not two, but three new Neil Young albums. Neil Young is remarkably prolific, but in great part, that owes to the fact that he has so much archival material that he's only now getting around to releasing. As a result, Neil Young easily releases a dozen albums a year. So it's kind of hard to keep up, and it requires that we go into our couch cushions and pull out those loose coins just to be able to afford it all. But for the time being, let's focus on what's new and exciting in the world of Neil Young. And that begins with Oceanside, Countryside. Now, this is an album that was recorded in 1977 and never released. So it's of special interest, I would think, to Neil Young archivists who really want to have everything and go back into the archives and pursue what he did at the time and may not have been released for whatever reason. So on this particular album, we have early versions of several Neil Young standards, among them the song Pocahontas, the song Dance, 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 which was featured on the first Crazy Horse album, Human Highway, which was recorded by Crosby, Stills, and Nash and Young, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. And I got to say, that's a particularly beautiful song because it contains a lyric that says, how can people get so unkind? This was written in 1977. Unfortunately, people are still unkind. So I think that in going back to the past, Neil Young sort of offers us a lesson for the present and the future. Now, also in that batch of new albums, we have Coastal. Coastal was recorded on his recent solo tour as a film directed by girlfriend Daryl Hannah. So it's Neil solo with acoustic guitars featuring a lot of his standard songs. Um, some of them are done in very different ways because, like Bob Dylan, Neil Young never does the same song the same way twice. So, again, a necessary additive for Neil Young fans. Finally, we come to this album, which is drawn from the third volume of the massive box sets, the archival box sets. So, for those who prefer to pay their mortgage as opposed to shelling out money, lots of money, for a box set, this kind of gives you a snapshot of Neil and his early takes on songs that would later end up on other albums. Um, it's a very loose collection of songs, as you might expect. He was uninhibited by commercial concerns. He was playing around in the studio. So it's an interesting take on Neil going back into the archives and discovering music that otherwise was unreleased to the public. So again, you Neil Young fans out there, it's hard to let any new Neil Young album pass, whether it's a new release or something that's a bit of a buried treasure like these. So I would suggest you go through those couch cushions, pick out the coins, go to it. Enjoy. Till next time, I'm Lee Zimmerman. Nice speaking with you.